Have you ever walked through life feeling numb, disconnected? Maybe people see you as the strong, silent type, but on the inside, you feel like something's missing. Here's the thing, that's not a character flaw. It's the invisible scar of what's known as childhood emotional neglect. In this video, we're going to drag that hidden wound into the light. We'll show you how it silently pulls the strings in your relationships and your life, and more importantly, what you can actually start doing about it today. Section 1, the hidden wound. Childhood emotional neglect, or CEN, is a tricky one. It's quiet and often invisible. It happens when your parents or caregivers, for whatever reason, just fail to respond to your emotional needs. Now, this isn't about a lack of love. Often, it comes from parents who were trying their best but were emotionally unavailable themselves. Maybe they were uncomfortable with feelings or just had no clue how to handle a child's inner world. They put a roof over your head, food on the table, and kept you safe. But when you were sad, scared, or angry, your feelings were ignored, dismissed, or maybe even punished. You might have been told to man up, stop being so sensitive, or just to knock it off. As a boy, this gets cranked up to 11 by those powerful social messages that boys don't cry, and that real strength means bottling it all up. So you learned to survive, you built a wall around your feelings, brick by brick, you adapted. The only problem is that the very thing that protected you as a kid is now the thing that can leave you feeling isolated and unfulfilled as an adult. So let's get into the 5 ways CN might be silently running the show in your life. Sign 1, emotional numbness, the strong and silent type. The most common sign of CEN in men is feeling cut off from your own emotions. You might feel a general sense of emptiness, like you're hollowed out or just nothing. When someone asks you how you feel, do you genuinely not have an answer? That's because, as a child, you learned your emotions were a problem. To cope, you shoved them down so deep you lost the ability to even name them. Today, this can look like being the strong, silent type. You might even think this emotional flatline is a sign of masculine strength. You're the rock for everyone, the guy who never complains, the one who can take on immense pressure without breaking a sweat. But inside, that numbness is a barrier to a life with color. Emotions are what give us connection, motivation, and joy. You might find yourself wanting to bolt from any situation with big feelings, like a partner crying or a friend who's angry, because you just don't know what you're supposed to do with all that. Sign 2, difficulty in relationships, the push and pull. Do you feel like you just can't get truly close to anyone, even the people you love the most? Men who've been through CEN often have a tough time with intimacy. Since your emotional needs weren't met as a kid, you might have a deep-seated belief that you can't really trust people or be vulnerable with them. This shows up in a few ways. You might be emotionally unavailable, keeping your partner at arm's length because you're terrified of being abandoned or rejected if you show them who you really are. When a conflict kicks off, is your first instinct to shut down, get defensive, or just walk away? Those deep, emotional talks can feel like a minefield because you were never given a map. Your partner might tell you they feel lonely even when you're right there, or that they just can't get through to you. And for you, it just feels like you're constantly being misunderstood. Sign 3, the drive to provide. Your worth is your work. A lot of men with a history of emotional neglect pour all their energy into things they can do. This often looks like an intense drive to succeed at work or to be a good provider for their family. On the surface, that seems pretty noble, right? But underneath, it's often a coping mechanism. When your feelings are ignored as a kid, you internalize the message that your inner self isn't valuable. As an adult, that can morph into the belief that your worth comes only from your actions. Your whole identity gets tangled up in your job title or your ability to fix things, while your emotional self stays locked away. This is a fast track to workaholism, perfectionism, and that nagging feeling that you're never quite good enough, no matter what you achieve. Sign 4, fierce independence, the I got this complex. I don't need anyone. Sound familiar? Men who grew up with CEN often develop a powerful, almost compulsive self-reliance. You learned from day one that your emotional needs weren't on the menu, so you simply stopped ordering. You became your own parent, your own therapist, your own cheerleader. You probably find it almost physically painful to ask for help, whether it's with a flat tire or an emotional crisis. Relying on someone else feels weak, maybe even dangerous. And while you might take pride in your self-sufficiency, it comes at a huge cost. It walls you off from real connection and leaves you feeling completely alone, even when you're in a room full of people who care. This isn't strength, it's a fortress built to keep out the pain of being let down again. Sign 5, a sense of emptiness or just not fitting in. If this feels heavy, take a breath. You're not alone in this. This last one might be the most painful of all. A chronic, nagging feeling of emptiness. It's the sense that something fundamental is missing from your life, but you have no idea what it is. That emptiness is the hole where your validated emotional life was supposed to be. And with it comes the feeling of being an outsider looking in. You might feel awkward or anxious in social settings, struggling to make small talk because on some basic level, you just feel different. If you've always felt like you don't quite belong, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because the primary way human beings connect is through the language of emotion, a language you were never taught to speak fluently. When you can't speak the language, it's only natural to feel like a foreigner. Section 2. The root of the behavior. Hearing all this, it might be easy to start pointing fingers, either at your parents or at yourself, but it is absolutely critical to understand that this is not your fault. These behaviors are not character flaws or personal failures. You are not broken. You adapted. As a kid, your brain did exactly what it was supposed to do to survive your family environment. When your feelings were constantly ignored, your mind learned a critical lesson. My feelings are a problem. To stay safe and keep my parents close, I have to get rid of them. So you built that wall. You walled off your emotions not because you were weak, but because you were incredibly resilient. You found a way to cope. The trouble is that protective wall, which was so useful in childhood, is now blocking you from the very things you want most as an adult. Deep connection, real intimacy, and a life that feels vital and meaningful. The numbness that once protected you now imprisons you. And seeing that is the first, most powerful step toward tearing it down. Section 3. The path to feeling whole. So, how do you start to heal? How do you learn to feel again after a lifetime of numbness? It's a journey, and it takes guts, but it is absolutely possible. Here are 3 steps you can take to start reconnecting with yourself. Step 1. Awareness and acknowledgement. First things first, you have to name it. You can't heal a wound you pretend isn't there. Just acknowledging that you experienced childhood emotional neglect is a massive act of self-validation. It's what allows you to finally make sense of a lifetime of feeling empty or disconnected. This also means letting yourself grieve. Grieve for the support you never got. Grieve for the little boy who had to figure it all out on his own. This isn't about blaming your parents, many of whom were probably neglected themselves. It's about honoring your own story and seeing how it shaped you. Start by just saying it to yourself. My emotional needs weren't met, and that has affected me. You'd be surprised how powerful that simple truth can be. Step 2. Start small with emotional identification. After a lifetime of suppression, learning to feel again is like learning a new language. You have to start with the ABCs. No need to dive into the deep end. Just start by checking in with yourself. A great tool for this is journaling. At the end of the day, take 5 minutes and just answer this question. What did I feel today? At first, your answers might be I don't know, or tired, or busy. That's totally fine. Keep at it. Maybe you felt a flash of annoyance in traffic, a moment of pride at work, a pang of sadness during a movie. Write it down with zero judgment. You can also look up an emotion wheel online to get more words than just mad, sad, glad. The goal isn't to get swamped by emotion, it's just to start noticing it. This slowly rebuilds the wiring between your head and your heart. By the way, if this is hitting home and you want to keep exploring how to heal and grow, hit that subscribe button. We talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Step 3. Reframe vulnerability as courage. For so many men, the word vulnerability just means weakness. This is one of the most destructive myths out there. Real courage isn't being free of fear or emotion, it's the willingness to face it head on. Healing from Sihen means you have to completely reframe vulnerability as what it actually is, an act of incredible strength. Start small, in safe ways. Pick one person you trust, your partner, your best friend, a sibling, and share something small and real. You don't have to spill your guts. It can be as simple as saying, "I'm feeling really stressed about work this week," instead of the usual, "I'm fine." Or, "Hey, that comment actually kind of stung," instead of just shutting down. Every time you take that small risk and you're met with acceptance, not rejection, you are actively tearing down the old belief that your feelings are dangerous. You're proving to your own nervous system that connection is safe. And if you need a dedicated space for this, finding a therapist or a men's group can be a game changer. The emotional numbness and disconnection you feel, that isn't who you are. It's just the echo of a childhood where your feelings weren't given the space they needed. It's a shield that you don't need anymore. Healing is the journey of learning to gently lower that shield and allow yourself to feel again. The richness of joy, the direction of anger, the connection of sadness, and the warmth of love. It's the path to becoming a whole person. You are not broken. You are not flawed. You are a man who learned how to survive, and now you have the chance to learn how to truly thrive. If this video hit home, please share it with another man in your life who might need to hear this. And in the comments below, let us know one small step you'll take this week to connect with your own emotional world. Your journey starts now.